Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about different types of properties. And in class we talked about the distributive property, which is right here. So you picked up this blue page when you came to class. So what I want you to do first is I want you to cut it in half. And these are actually going to go in our journal. So the first thing you're going to do is you can glue or tape this chart. And I want to talk to you about what these different properties are and what they mean. We're going to make a couple of notes on here, and then we'll talk about the bottom half. So we have multiple types of properties. The distributive property that we've been talking about in class is the one that we're going to see most often, especially all the way through algebra down here. So this is the only property that contains multiplication and division. And in class today, what we talked about was how you're distributing this number outside the parentheses with everything inside. And so we're going to say 6 times A and 6 times 2. So you need to make sure that you're very comfortable with this. And when it says multiplication and addition, sometimes we can put here, sometimes this is subtraction as well, as we saw in class. Now, some of our other properties, commutative, I want you to think about when your parents commute, or they're driving, right? They go from work to home and home to work. So the numbers can change order. So commutative, change order. So if A is from home to work, then after work, they go from work to home. It means the same thing. And we can do this in addition and multiplication. Because if I said 3 plus 2, that is the same as 2 plus 3. So in addition, and even in multiplication, we can switch the order. Now, commutative is not going to work for for subtraction and division. It only works for addition and multiplication. Same thing with the associative property. So the associative property says that your parentheses around your grouping can change, but the order doesn't. So for example, if I said 3 plus 2 plus 4, well, I know based on parentheses, 5 plus 4 is 9. Well, if I still said A was 3, and now in parentheses I have 2 plus 4, well, now I have 3 plus 6, which is also 9. So as long as this is all addition, you can move your parentheses. Think of it as it's you and 2 friends, right? So you can be talking to this friend, or you can be talking to this friend. You're associating with someone else. Your parentheses are moving. Same thing with multiplication. So we can say 3 times 2 times 4. So 3 times 2 is 6. Times 4 is 24. Or I can say 2 times 4 in the parentheses. I get 3 times 8, which is 24. And again, this only works for addition and multiplication. It does not work for division or subtraction. Your identity is what you look like. It's who you are. So the identity property equals itself. There's no change to the number. It is a mirror image. If you're looking in the mirror, you see yourself. So if 4 is looking in the mirror, 4 plus 0, it's still 4. So the identity of addition is 0, right? Is when you say plus 0. Now, for multiplication, it is not the same, right? The identity for multiplication, identity of multiply is times 1. You can put it in parentheses, because that's how we end up with the same value. So those are the notes I want you to have. The other page here that we cut up, this is going to show you it just in Word as opposed to a table, okay? So you can take and put this in your journal as well. We're going to add a couple more pieces to this page tomorrow in class. But for tonight, those are your notes. And we will discuss more tomorrow. I hope you have a great night.